Welcome to another episode of Ruff Talk VR, a weekly podcast with in-depth game reviews, exclusive developer interviews, and the latest MetaQuest and virtual reality news. We join our hosts, the father-son team of D. Scruffles and Stratus today, as they spend another episode breaking down and discussing the world of virtual reality.
Hey, welcome to this episode of Ruff Talk VR. Today it's a little bit of a special one. You know, we skipped our Monday news. You know, no episode on Monday. It was Christmas. It's the holidays,
man.
Yeah, it felt weird to put out an episode on Monday, so we skipped it.
Yeah,
and
family time's family time.
Absolutely. But we're doing something a little special today. No news, no review or anything like that. We figure with the end of the year right there, let's review just some of our favorite games from 2023. I mean, it's been a
so
loaded
many,
year.
man.
Yeah, that's the thing. It's like, if you look back to all of these games, it's like, imagine going back in time to 2022 and not having any of them.
No.
It's like the library has grown
And
so much.
there's some admittingly on the list that I know I left off, but it, wasn't deliberately. I just know that there's still a lot more.
Yeah, and kind of what we're going to do is we each made a list. We didn't look it over each other's. So we have a lot of repeats on these. So what we're going to do is
cheating.
We're going to one by one, I'll say a game, then you'll say a game, and we'll kind of each talk about, each one after we say it, and we'll bounce back and forth of just some of our favorite games. It's important to say too, these aren't ranked. It's not like the last one or the first one we say is our favorite.
Anything?
No, it's no award show. Not yet. That's coming soon. You'll hear more about that shortly. But yeah, this is just some of our favorite games of the past year. And you might notice that we have some nice costumes as well. We got, hats if you're watching on YouTube. I got the full Santa attire, which is getting...
I got the hat. I'm decked out in the hat. But I got the Dungeons of Eternity shirt on, so
yeah,
that's holidays.
Well, why don't we start with that? When you popped in today, we actually had some Christmas gifts for Ruff Talk VR.
Yeah.
One of those being that nice Dungeons of Eternity shirt you're rocking now.
I'm pretty psyched about
it. When we interviewed Ryan from the developer team from it, he was rocking that Dungeons of Eternity shirt, and we both commented on it right away. Hey, that's a nice shirt. It was actually funny because, maybe TMI, but I think you were in the bathroom, just doing a quick pre-podcast pee, but when I first hopped on with him, and I went, oh my God, that's such a great shirt. And then you walked in, sat down, put on the headphones, and you went, dude, that's such a cool shirt.
Yeah.
So it's no surprise to me that, he made mental note of it. Ryan's a smart guy, but that was wicked cool to come in the mail right for Christmas.
Right before Christmas.
So we each
100%.
got a Dungeons of Eternity shirt, and then also we got a pretty cool box from Fast Travel Games. And there's been a few times that they've sent us swag, and all the time it's freaking cool. In the past we got like a statue from Go Signal, a plant pot for We Are One. And
I love the plant pot.
And do you want to whip this one out?
Oh,
I mean, this one, I think you got it right there. This one is kind of not creepy in a bad way. It's like they just did a really good job for it. It's for Vampire the Masquerade Justice. And they sent this nice box that has a... yeah, you're whipping it out now. I will say, too, this Santa outfit is getting hotter and hotter by the second. So if you see me whip off my beard and wig at some point, that's what's going on. And what's kind of
getting the character here, though.
Yeah, zip up that hoodie, too. Look at this thing. That mask is quite intense from Vampire the Masquerade Justice.
Very frightening. I don't think I can wear headphones, though.
No, I don't think you can talk too much in it. It's kind of muffled. It's kind of like our PAX East interviews, to be honest with you.
All right. Yeah. No, it's definitely muffled.
And
but my guy doesn't. I'm not here to talk to you. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, anybody watching on YouTube, I might play a little bit with some video. Yo, get out of here, man. Don't mess with Santa. Messing with Santa with that kind of creepy, you're going to end up on the naughty list, I'll tell you that. Dude, that mask is creepy. We were instantly having way too much fun with it as well. What's cool is that I can see your eyes through it. Yeah. And then it also came with a really nice pendant as well. Dude, you look...
Let me take off the murder mask. This is the face you see in Nightmares Happen.
Yeah, that was the first thing you said. Like, imagine waking up with that over you. I mean, so that was a pretty cool one. And then it came with a pendant that you're getting out now. But anybody watching on YouTube, I'm playing a little bit with some camera switches at occasional points. I kind of feel like I'm in not for broadcast, and I'm not too good at it yet, so I'm not going to do it too much. Because quite frankly, like I said, I'm not good at it.
Check out that nice medallion.
Look at that. So huge props to Fast Travel Games for that nice swag box right in time for the holidays, and Dungeons of Eternity for the sick ass shirts for sure.
Who doesn't want to be a vampire?
Right. So do you want to take the lead with a game, or do you want me to? Like
Hold
I
on.
said, we'll say a game.
Keep talking while I put my hat on.
Like I said, we'll say a game. We'll kind of each talk about it, and you're going to see us scratching off our list every time we hear a duplicate. Because I'm sure that there's a lot of these that are shared. But I mean, the first one I have to mention right off the top. It's not even officially out yet, but if it's winning Game of the Year, I mean, it's worthy to talk about. Coming out this year, probably the best game in VR right now, still in early access, but I got to include it. Ghosts of Tabor from Combat Waffle Studios. I mean, huge shout out to Ghosts of Tabor. I mean, it burst onto the scene. Viral video. One of the biggest discords I've ever seen.
Ridiculous amount.
Incredible community. So Ghosts of Tabor, I got to mention them right off the top. One of our favorite games.
All right, and with that, I will scratch.
Yeah, I figured I'd start with the obvious ones.
Yeah,
as
and
well.
they just announced there will be going to the official store sometime in 2024.
Yeah, they haven't said any date yet.
No, nothing in stone other than, but we all knew that was the path anyways.
I mean, we've said this already, but wait till the day that you log on to the MetaQuest store and you see Ghosts of Tabor on the homepage of it.
And I'm hoping for a 2024 Grim release.
That would be,
because if they do it just like they did Tabor, just go look, let's
here's
just
it
get
in early
out there.
access.
Yeah.
Yep. Here's it in
And
beta.
throw it on our buddy's App Lab there. And, just deal with it as it happens. I mean, it's a stressful way to do it, but if you've got a team that can handle that,
hell yeah,
which they've done successfully with Tabor, then why not? So I'm hoping in 24 we see.
And how about Silent North as well?
Yeah,
I mean, so geez.
yeah.
So Combat Waffle Studios, I'm guessing when we do the same thing again
That
next
one's
year,
coming in 24 too, right?
I'm not 100% on it, to be honest with you. But when it drops, it's going to be huge.
Yeah.
I mean, the reality is we get to talk about Tabor on this list twice because we get to talk about it again next year if they come out on the official store. It's like, hell yeah, I'll mention them again. So huge props to Ghosts of Tabor for just completely taking the VR industry by storm this year. So you want to do
All
the
right,
next one?
I got Dungeons of Eternity.
Ooh, that's obviously on my list as
And
well.
it's not just because I'm wearing a shirt. Anyone who's played it would know it would deserve to be on a list of great games played in 23.
Absolutely. And I mean, I got to mention that last night we got completely messed up.
No, dude, we saved the dungeon, so we have it. It is brutal. I've never seen a dungeon that hard. There's more rooms in it than anyone we've ever been in. And you're right. We got spanked 3 times. Bad. I mean, brutally. And we haven't lost in months.
Well, here's the thing.
Holy shit, dude.
There's been many times that we've lost in a dungeon, right? And we go, all right, redemption time. And then we run it back. We load right in, and then we always beat that dungeon the second time. This one, we got absolutely mollywomped. Like you said, 3 times.
Yep.
All by the same enemy, too.
Yeah.
It was like this huge red wasp. I know we've killed him before.
I wish to God we were streaming that.
Or at least recording.
Yeah.
I mean,
I honestly do, because it wasn't just brutal. It was hysterical.
Well, and I know that the first time I died, I mean, I could tell by the way you responded to it. You were probably like, how the hell did he die to that thing? And then, dude, it came after you with a passion and completely killed you.
Yeah, it was a giant wasp, man.
It was fast, too.
And all I saw was you running and fighting the thing, which I thought was a bad idea. Because, I mean, even the second time, the same shit happened.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, dude, run out of the room. Remember I did that shit? And I see your guy fighting it, and then I see its ass moving and just thrusting in you, like, violently. And I'm like, oh, my God. And, like, after the third one, I see you're dead. And you're like, I'm dead. And I'm like, holy shit, dude. He's coming right at me. and I was running all around and trying to run around poles, and finally he got me when I was running around a pole, and he is quicker than you, but will run around poles. Usually NPCs don't do that shit, and that bee was doing shit that it murked us, dude. It made we still haven't finished the dungeon.
Well, I was gonna say that's the thing. It happened
Holy
3 times.
crap.
And the third time, we were in tears too. So the third time when we walked into that room, I just hear you go, "It's him," and I freaking start crying, laughing, which is terrible when you're about to fight. You don't want to be laughing like that, because you got to be alert. And then of course we got destroyed. And that time you ran around for a while. That third time.
But he takes like legit. What? I don't even know how many shots to kill him, because we haven't killed him, but I know you've hit him a bunch of times, like a bunch of times. And didn't you even freeze him too?
Well, that's the thing.
Or does frozen not work on him?
So you can freeze him, but you hit him and he unfreezes. So the first time that happened, I was out of power gems too, and that was my staff ran out, and I
had 2 for you too. That sucked.
I knew I was screwed when he just ate my freeze and attack and just kept coming.
Yeah, I don't know what.
Oh no,
we have that dungeon saved, and I will say it's the hardest dungeon I've ever done in the game.
And he's been in that same room every single time. It's not
dude. That's why when we walked in, I was like, "It's him! It's him, man!" He's just all angry, and I don't care, man. You hit him. I don't know what you have to do to like really kill the thing, because we haven't killed it yet. But so they're on the list deservingly.
Oh, completely. I mean, we were talking about it the other day when we were playing. It's like, how about like cinematic kills almost? It's sometimes you'll have some almost like movie moments where I remember you shot an arrow, and when the arrow left your bow, the guy you shot at wasn't frozen.
Yeah.
And in the time of your arrow traveling, I shot him with my staff. So then by the time your arrow hit, instant kill.
No,
I mean, come on, that's out of a movie.
I don't think you could have, like, to have done that and have it on video would have taken a lot of tries.
Yes. And it just was an accident. Complete organic.
Dude, there's been a couple of those. Or even when we've both have, there's like 3 or 4 different dead things trying to kill you. I don't even know what to call them, because they're not zombies or anything. And we've each thrown our weapon at one particular one, just randomly. We both were thinking the same thing, and like mine will hit it first, and then right afterwards yours hits it, and then the thing dies, and it's just like the perfect synchronization of.
And I've started to finally get good at getting my jumping down kills.
Yeah, those are just fun to do.
So, I mean, dude, Dungeons of Eternity, one of the best games of the year. I mean, for multiplayer, for PvE, like co-op games, that's going to be a hard one to beat for co-op game of the year.
Yeah.
Of course, though, then there is also the next one I'll mention. It wasn't even going to be the next one I was going to mention, but it leads so organically into it. How about Arizona Sunshine 2? I'm so glad we beat it. It's so much fun. I mean, if you're going to talk co-op experiences in 2023, Arizona Sunshine 2 is at the top of the list because it's story-based.
Well, and they to me had the greatest balance of story versus gameplay.
Mm-hmm.
And not too many things felt overly repetitive at all. Even though, I mean, at the end of the day, it's just, one would say it's a zombie game. It's point A to point B. But they did a fantastic job with, your engagement with things around you. And obviously we talked lengthy about it, but the dog, I mean, that dude,
my boy Buddy.
I've never felt in a game that the pet was as real as that one was.
Well, you said this the first time we had talked about it, and I agree 100% that, if the game didn't have the dog, it would still be great, but the dog just adds to it. And they did a great job of making you functionally use the dog to advance the story, but it didn't feel forced.
No.
I mean,
no, the dog was, it's a great, and well, I don't want to spoil.
No, they get you emotionally a couple times though.
Yeah.
They're good. They did a good job.
So, I mean, the only thing I'll say again is obviously it's not the end of the franchise, in my opinion. And
well,
but
it could be.
I won't.
But they led it in a way that maybe it's not.
Who knows?
Who knows?
Who knows? If you live, maybe you die.
And yeah, again, huge
Who am I
props
to
that
say?
from the moment you load into that game too, you can play it co-op.
Yeah,
I mean, no tutorial.
That's
No I mean, there's a tutorial, but you're doing it together.
all right. Then because that actually, again, not going in any particular
Yeah,
order.
but sometimes they just lead into it. I already know where you're going with it based off of that.
So I could actually go two directions based off of that, but because of the Survivor Nation.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
Survival Nation was so from Wankley Studio, so freaking good.
That was the best co-op start to play game we've ever.
We were not expecting that one bit, and the way they do it, that your progression's tied to your character, regardless of whatever server you go into, single player, multiplayer, you join your friend server, you play it alone. It's just tied to your character. So yeah, you go into that tutorial the first time in a server.
Freaking genius.
And yeah, we did every single moment of that game together.
Yep.
I mean, that is freaking cool. And they're adding more content to it too.
I was going to say the roadmap for it's not stingy. So
no. One of the best co-op releases of the year.
They did it right. You know, they put out a decent foundation and then they're like, we'll just build on it from there. And
yeah, huge props.
I'm loving seeing that. It's admittingly I've taken time off because we've pretty much.
It's been a busy end of the year, without a doubt.
That and I haven't necessarily, because remember that was the thing when we started playing it was, well, we know we're going to hit a wall at some point. So when do we?
It took a while.
Yeah. Oh, dude, it took.
And there's more content coming.
It took a lot more time than I thought it would, to be honest with you.
What was that?
But the thing is now with more content and, future plans for it, it gives me every reason to go back in it.
Do you remember while we were playing it, they raised the max level, but then they introduced that night mode that gives you so much XP. Yeah, we really farmed levels pretty easy.
We were, yeah, totally did.
You could go a level in a night cycle easy.
We would dick around until the nighttime came because we were like, well, let's not even go fight until.
Let's do missions until nighttime. And then at nighttime, you sit there and you freaking go to work. It's zombie slaying time.
And again, another example of a zombie, basically just a zombie shoot 'em, kill 'em game, but they did it well. They made it all the different vendors and, going fishing.
The different camps.
They did it great. I'm looking forward to the growth of that.
That's kind of our lost episode because we recorded a whole review of it and then the laptop shit the bed.
Over an hour.
So I think we need to redo that review.
I just don't know if I can, man. Because what's weird is like
much of it was organic in the moment of playing it.
Correct.
How do you go back to that emotion?
I don't think we've ever done that.
Maybe we put that out as like a Patreon bonus episode. Say, hey, look, it's irrelevant. I think in the episode.
It sucks too because it was a good episode.
I think we talk about stuff like, I can't wait till we get to play this on the Quest 3.
Do I even have my scores from it?
Oh, I don't know. Was it before Hubris? I feel like it was before Hubris. You can try to look back for it. Good luck, though. I look at your notes and it looks like a schizophrenic's brain.
It's disturbing.
Yeah. Do you want to hold up a picture of one of them to the camera?
I'm embarrassed to.
No, I wouldn't.
Let me find a good one.
I mean, that's a good one.
Oh yeah.
That's a good one. So this is what your notes look like by the end of it. So I don't think that you're gonna find
these are interview notes though. So.
So good stuff. But anyway, yeah, Survival Nation, so freaking good. Let's do
Sometimes I just see the patterns. Man.
Yeah. Let's do a couple more and let's take an ad break after that.
Yeah.
Before we forget. Otherwise, I think we might forget. And also, I might use the opportunity to get
it had to be
beard.
after Hubris because I Expect You to Die 3 was August 7th. No, August 17th when it came out. But
okay. This is a good. I mean, I feel like we gave it a really good score. Great game though. Great game.
Yeah. Keep going.
So you went last, so I'll go. Yep. I'll go to the next one. Let's get another big boy obvious one out of the way. For recency, a great game that I'm just about to be. Oh, you found it. Is your score right there? 96. You gave it a 96 at the time, correct?
Yes.
Am I reading that right?
Correct, and you gave it a 90, I believe.
Wow. Thank you for making note on mine too, so I didn't need to go back on it. So yeah, at the time in our last episode,
Look what I wrote on it.
what? Grim?
Grim.
Oh, because we were saying it scratches that itch a little.
Oh, that's too funny.
So yeah, we gave Survival Nation a 96 and a 90.
I'm glad I found that.
I mean, that's a great score. So one of the best games of the year. But yeah, a game that I'm not yet beaten, and you're done with it. You're waiting for me patiently to finish, but I'm still down to say it's one of the best releases of the year. Assassin's Creed Nexus. And everybody keeps teasing me now because I've said how much it's keeping me motivated to play, that the ending is apparently spectacular. Without giving spoilers, I mean, did it live up to that kind of hype for you?
Yeah. It led to a good overall feeling through me.
Damn it. I gotta beat this game. I'm so excited to get through it, but unfortunately I'm doing a balance where it's like I gotta beat it. I gotta get to Asgard's Wrath 2. There's more releases coming around. I can't do 50 hours in Assassin's Creed Nexus, but I also just don't want to blow through it because it's such.
Oh, it's a sheer delight to play.
It's like, think of that. That's like almost, there's 16 chapters, 16 missions, like full like levels, I'll say, and each one of those is pretty, I would say, open world, right? It's not like a huge.
Well, yeah, because I mean, they give you shit you got to do, right?
Correct.
You know you have to.
And then side shit.
But until you do it, you can go, I mean, like in Boston, because I know we both enjoy doing this. And,
or Venice or Athens.
You can just go around and go out of your way to kill people.
Kill redcoats.
Yeah.
It's like living childhood education
it's the
right
Boston way.
Come on, man.
It's fucking Boston.
I was educated in the Massachusetts school system. You know, this is
you
like...
there's throwing knives being tossed around. And it's just the way it is, man.
I know people weren't the biggest fan of, I guess, the combat. They were saying it's like too easy and stuff like that. But hey, you get like 5-6 people surrounding you. It's not the easiest, but I don't like to play the game going hand to hand in combat. I would say like 90% of my kills are.
Am I incorrect that you can change the difficulty? You know?
Correct.
So
correct.
I if it's on the hardest setting and you find it too easy, then it's just not your game.
Well, and it's like I don't really go. I'd say 10% of my kills are face to face, like hand to hand combat. Most of my kills are throwing knives, bow and arrow, or crossbow, or like jumping down with and sneaking up with my hidden blade. Very rarely am I engaged in combat.
Later on in the game, I got really good with hiding and whistling or throwing an object.
I always forget to whistle. Damn it.
Then,
there was a time last night I was playing that could have been really useful. That's why.
Ching, ka-ching. I love how effective it is. And I also stash the bodies a lot of times. Because I don't need to, unless I see the bell, you know.
Oh, I cut that bell every time I can.
Yeah, I'll go out of my way to.
Screw that.
But yeah, towards the later part of the game, I just started going on rampages of murder. So I was like, why the hell not? You know, I know I'm close to the end. And then I was like, man, maybe I should have played it this way from the get-go instead of playing like really. Dude, my stealth skills in this game are phenomenal.
Well, that's the most fun way to play to me. That's how I play.
Yeah. But,
it's like,
you know, I just wanted to drag it out. But I think I got 15 hours. And I didn't.
You think you could have done longer? Like looking
if I'd gotten all the achievements, it would have been over 20 easily.
So, I mean, great work from Ubisoft.
But I gave up on that because one of them didn't. Fuckers. It wouldn't let me grab it.
There was like no gravity to it, you said?
Yeah, it was weird. I went to grab it and the thing kind of like floated up and I'm like, huh? And I smacked it and it went up a little more. I'm like, this is weird. So I'm looking for any way to grab it. And I'm like, nope. Left the room, came back, thing's just sitting there. And I'm like,
floating in the air.
I'm like, shit, man, I don't want to redo the mission. But if you're like, if I was like going
completionist
for this game, I would have been so pissed.
Yeah, understandably.
Sending an email. Can you please give me the achievement for this just so I get the credit? But on some of them, I got 100%.
Yeah, me too. On more of the earlier ones, like by now, I'm trying to finish.
I think the first one, everyone gets 100%.
And then how about this? You know, so all I've done for Asgard's Wrath 2 is the intro and a little bit past it. Now, after I'm done with Assassin's Creed Nexus and I go into Asgard's Wrath 2, I think I need to replay the intro because they did a graphical update already. And it's like, that intro was so sick. How am I not going to experience it again
Did they do it to the intro though?
I don't know. I imagine
then how are you going to know?
It's at a higher resolution now, So I mean,
no, when you said that, I was like, shit,
damn it, that's a good point, right?
let me take my VR mushrooms and go on a tutorial.
Because that's a psychedelic, like
Overview.
intro. Yeah, 100%.
Never seen nothing like that.
But great work from Ubisoft. Really took Assassin's Creed Nexus serious and delivered a full-fledged Assassin's Creed game to the MetaQuest platform. That's insane. That's insane. So you want to take this next one and then we'll take a break. We'll come back. We'll go through the remainder a little faster because we're having some fun for sure.
I will bring up, which one did we just do? Assassin's Creed, huh?
Mm-hmm.
There's really nothing in that.
No, there's no organic lead.
No,
in,
but you know what?
There.
Yeah, there kind of is. We can talk about Peaky Blinders.
That was a great one from Maze Theory, which they have a new little experience. It's available to try.
Inside.
Yeah, and
I've been playing it.
You've been loving it.
Yeah, you know what's weird? Remember when we were posting about it like religiously? Like, what is this? What could it be? Because that's all we knew.
Mm-hmm. They were teasing it, actually. That's a good point. That's the one that they were teasing. Like what?
Well, yeah, they sent us the video. And
6 months ago?
You can have your... They never told us what it was.
No.
They sent it to us, and they're like, it could be everything and anything you think it is, or it could be nothing. And I'm like, are you serious? And then I never knew what was going to happen with it. I just knew that, and I still have the video. It's just your brain starts thinking, is this like a puzzle thing? Is this like in your space? And then, yeah, it 100% is. It's in they use the mixed reality, and it's like this thing comes out of the floor, and then you can walk all around. You have to walk around it physically. It's not like you teleport move or walk move. So you walk around, and there's doors in the puzzle, and then take out these puzzle pieces, put them together, and then you'll be in the puzzle at some point. You have to perform some puzzle inside that puzzle in your space. It's early access, right? I mean, it's not a full release, but I love where they're going with it. It's got a lot of good potential, especially for, we like puzzle games.
It's cool to see these studios start to really put full-fledged effort into mixed reality, like not a game mode, like here's a mixed reality game.
Yeah, it comes right out of your floor.
But
I haven't figured out the total lore of the situation going on, but there's 100% some.
But back to the one that you had said, Peaky fucking Blinders.
Peaky fucking Blinders.
One of your absolute favorites.
Oh my God, dude.
You can tell too. I'll mention one more after we're done with this as a little joke because I'm messing up the buttons on the video a little bit, but it'll lead into the next one. But regardless, no, Peaky Blinders, and it's a game that dropped. It was great. They could have done no more content, but they put out a pretty extensive roadmap with new content.
They're the only studio
shooting challenges
that when they run promotions on like IG and shit, like, win free shit. I actually try to
because it's really cool shit.
Yeah, they had. Yeah,
we got a Peaky Blinders hat at PAX East.
That was really cool. That was the best.
Yeah.
Well, and we got an interview as well.
Yeah.
Screaming into the microphone, I was.
At least this year for PAX East, masks aren't required because that kind of got in the way of our video because like it was pretty thick cloth mask we used. We try to be slick and get Ruff Talk VR ones.
If masks were required, I was going to wear the one. I would wear this one from Fast Travel from Vampire the Masquerade.
I think that would be acceptable.
I'd even get the
right?
black. Well, yeah, dude, I get the black cape with the red inside lining.
Do every interview like that? Hell yeah!
Fucking vampire this shit up, man.
So I'll do one more, then we'll take a little ad break.
Or no, I got it even better. I just won't ever say anything. I'll just stand there and stare at them and hold the microphone in their face.
Yes,
Try to make it very awkward.
Do the occasional lean in with your creepy mask.
Yes.
But last one before the ad break, because, I thought of it when I'm clicking the buttons all wrong. Not for Broadcast VR. That's a game that we had a little bit too much fun with. You control the narrative, to say the least.
That dude's one of my favorite characters.
Of all time. The anchor?
He grew on me, man. so much during the game. I remember at first, I mean, you're not supposed to like them, right? Wouldn't you get that vibe? Like, the longer the game goes.
I didn't like him at first. I don't know if I was or wasn't supposed to, but I'll tell you right now, I did not like him.
It's like, I felt like I was taken down the road of like, you're not going to like this guy. And then by the end, you're like, oh, fucking, I really like that guy. Man.
His humor around me. And there was like multiple different routes and endings to
running
take.
the broadcast studio, man.
Yeah. And it's like, they teach you stuff like,
putting in the advertisements.
Yeah, you don't want to have the same shot for more than 30 seconds, according to them. Choosing the ad, choosing which version of the clip you're going to do, dealing with technical issues. So the game was pretty intense.
I found it to be educational.
And hilarious, too.
Because I believe there's some true real-world application to what they're saying.
Absolutely.
There's reason to...
And I don't think that that's one that got the love it deserved because it was kind of dropped in that initial Q1 of 2023.
I actually had
rush.
them noted that they were one that I feel got
buried by some of the other releases that we'll talk about later this episode. But I agree, not for broadcast VR. I loved it. Great. Phenomenal game. And I actually found out that it was originally made. Well, sorry. The original plan for the game was to be a VR game, and then they pivoted it and made it a flat screen game first and built up the following there. And then eventually later did, once again, release it in VR.
Yeah.
So that's cool. But no, not for broadcast VR, a game that I don't think got the love it deserved, but phenomenal story-based game with replayability, like you said, maybe some truth to things as well, too. So great stuff from that one. So let's take a quick ad break. We'll come back. We'll talk about some more of our favorite games of this year. Like we always do before every ad break, though, let's give a shout out to our Patreon supporters on our on-air shout out tier, which you can join and become one of them by visiting the link in our show notes. Click our Patreon button, and you can become a monthly supporter. One of the best ways to directly support the podcast. And also, there's some cool perks to it, like on-air shout outs, access to an exclusive Discord chat room in our Discord server, which anybody can join. You can also find that link in our show notes. And don't forget, too, the Ruff Talk VR Gaming Showcase on Friday, February 2nd, 2024. It's coming quick. So if you're a developer, if you're a studio, you want to show off your game, your project, your update, fill out that form, and hopefully we can have you a part of the show. So, huge thank you to the Patreon supporters. We have Mike Morbid, Asim, Amelia, Crispy, Shoes, Jake, and Earth Witness. So thank you all. And again, hopefully we can hear some more names on that list throughout 2024.
Yeah, I can't be more grateful for the
people that support us every single month.
Dude, the community started with nothing.
Mm-hmm. Now we have these.
I think of that
all
the time.
Look at our Discord community, dude. It's nonstop.
Man, I'm not going to lie. I mean, there's some great Discord communities out there, but
I'm biased. Ours is pretty kick-ass.
I'm 100% biased, but I just think it's overall made of really, really great people. It's like, wow. I love the way everybody jives, the conversations. We pretty much talk about anything if you want.
Well,
everyone's always helpful. The amount of when Amelia, did you read the amount of events?
Mm-hmm.
Holy shit, dude! The amount of meetups in 2023. I was like flabbergasted.
Hell yeah! No, the Discord is definitely
flabbergasted. Me was
definitely the place to be. So go join that. Go join the Patreon. Have yourself a happy holiday and enjoy these ad reads. We'll be back with you in a moment with some more of our favorite games of this past year.
Hey everyone. We're taking a quick little break from our usual VR chat today to focus on something incredibly exciting for Quest users. Our new sponsor, Soul Assembly, creators of the thrilling VR co-op game Drop Dead the Cabin, now enhanced for the MetaQuest 3, introduces an electrifying mixed reality experience. In Drop Dead the Cabin, as night descends and zombies come your way, the game offers more than just survival. It brings a groundbreaking mixed reality mode called Home Invasion. Imagine your living room becoming part of the game, with zombies crashing into your real-world environment. This fusion of the virtual and real world elevates your game to an extraordinary level. It's not just playing, it's experience the game in your living space. You'll still enjoy the classic game modes, either teaming up with a friend in 2-player co-op or facing the terror alone. But Home Invasion adds a thrilling twist, blending your reality with the intense world of the game. Get ready for an exhilarating journey of survival, both in the virtual world and right in your home. The game continuously evolves with new updates and features, keeping the excitement fresh. And the best part, you get to experience this unique mixed reality environment where every corner of your room could hide a new challenge. So if you're ready to test your skills in this mixed reality setting and see if you can survive the horde, check out Drop Dead the Cabin on the MetaQuest. Also, don't forget to join their Discord community to connect with other gamers and the developers themselves. We've also got a discount code for you for 10% off the game over the holidays, which can be applied at the checkout. That's going to be Rough Talk Podcast -04A 2D0. That again is Rough Talk Podcast -04A2D0. We can't wait to hear about your experiences, especially on the Home Invasion mixed reality mode. Dive into Drop Dead the Cabin today and see how you fare in this immersive new reality. And again, that's discount code Rough Talk Podcast -04A2D0 at checkout for an additional 10% off. It's Santa time. The season for a fresh cut is finally here with the sponsors of today's show, Manscaped. The leaders in below-the-waist grooming have just launched their 5th-generation lawnmower to help you avoid another silent night in the bedroom this year. Take care of your special snowflake with Manscaped and watch your South Pole shine like never before. Get the best stocking stuffer of all by going to manscaped.com and using the code word RoughTalkVR for 20% off plus free shipping. Mrs. Claus will thank you. What could be better than giving the gift of good hygiene and a few laughs? Starting with the Lawnmower 5.0 Ultra, this is the crown jewel of the holidays, and dare I say the best ball trimmer of all time. The electric razor's advanced skin-safe technology is a lifesaver and known for reducing nicks and cuts on his Santa sack. But the fun doesn't stop there. Anybody in the family have too much scruff? Look no further than Manscaped Beard Hedger Pro Kit and Handyman Electric Face Shaver for all his facial hair needs. Dad have those nasty nose hairs? Save the day with the Weed Whacker 2.0 nose and ear hair trimmer. Is there Boxer Game Week? Take care of the chestnuts with Manscaped's Boxers 2.0, featuring their signature jewel pouch to keep you calm, cool, and collected. Have their nails seen better days? Manscaped has you covered with the new Shears 3.0 nail grooming kit. You can get 20% off plus free shipping with the code RoughTalkVR at manscaped.com. That's 20% off with free shipping at manscaped.com for just using the code RoughTalkVR. Say ho 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 to a well-groomed mistletoe with Manscaped.
And we are back. I had to take that Santa stuff off. I was...
Got a little hot.
Oh my God, I was turning into a sauna.
Got a wee bit warm.
I was like, let's take this ad break. All right, well, we got to rip all this stuff
I
off.
asked you during the ad break, are you crying? I'm like, no, I'm just sweating. I'm like, God, I just thought you were so joyful about the holiday season. Like, wow, you're getting real emotional about this episode for some reason.
But I got to keep the hat on for sure. But I think I did the last one, right? With Not for Broadcast VR. So you want to go next?
Correct. Okay. All right. Ready?
And again, in no specific order. It's not like any of these are.
No. Just one jumps to how I'm going from not for broadcast to this one. I don't fucking know, but Barbaria.
Ooh, that was going to be my next one as well.
Oh, I'm sorry.
No, it's okay. That's what I love about this. So much of ours are going to be the same ones. Barbaria, one of the best releases of the year, if you ask me.
Still going to it to this day.
And they've kept fresh with updates. They do what they call, I think, the ages is what they call their kind of seasons. And they keep them pretty active. It's not like a season goes 6 months or something like that. It's a couple months. And then I'll log in and they'll be like...
And they were nominated for Game of the Year.
Yeah. I mean, of course, Ghosts of Tabor, the first one we talked about, they were the victor in that one. But Barbaria, very well deserved nominee. Honestly, like I said, one of my favorite releases of the year. It's the first game with asynchronous multiplayer that I've enjoyed. Usually asynchronous, I'm not a fan of, but it was well done in Barbaria.
No, dude, I loved everything about it from the first time we went in there.
Mm-hmm.
Saw your big
the
old
base
arms.
building,
yeah,
the combat of it. Now you can even customize what your characters, like your not you. I'm saying like your people. You can customize what they look like.
People.
Yeah, it's freaking awesome.
Yeah,
Level up your base, rankings.
They deserve all the recognition that they're getting.
Mm-hmm. Stalwart Games. That's the name. I was trying to remember it off the top of my head.
Even the little, when you load in, the little elfin guy.
Hell yeah. How about when you go to, change some of your appearance stuff and you go there and then the goblin comes walking out all sexy walking.
Oh, yeah.
With the music.
I'm on the catwalk.
And something I never took advantage of, but it's in there, is that you can put custom music into the game for soundtracks.
Yeah, no, I haven't done that. I just leave the
But it's right
standard.
there on the main menu, like in the main area. It's kind of cool.
Yep.
So Barbaria, that was a very good one. But how about this one? Then comes out right in that same era of Ghosts of Tabor, Barbaria.
I already know where you're going.
There's actually two different directions I'll go in. Whichever one I don't say, you'll probably say the other one. How about Breachers? One of the best releases of again, multiplayer, 5v5 shooter. I think for 5v5 shooters, I think it's king. I think it's number freaking one.
Dude, they're honestly, for their category, if you were to like have a legit category for 5v5 shooter, which, I mean, how many 5v5s are there? It's like being the only restaurant in town. You're the number one restaurant.
No, there's been a couple that have snuck in, but none of them have been able to get my attention like Breachers.
Yeah, they fill, just like Tabor fills a niche and an appetite that people have. That style that Breachers brings to the table brings almost that similar passion for gameplay.
Well, the first thing that you had said right away when we started playing was, this game scratches my Counter-Strike itch.
Yes.
You had wanted them to start doing maps, I
just want someone to do Counter-Strike. If they did, and you don't even have to fucking jazz it up like the
thing
newest
is, it's
ones
Valve.
are like,
It's Valve, though,
I know.
They'll release it for Steam one day, I'm sure.
So wouldn't that be a great collaboration nobody ever saw coming?
Yeah, I would be shocked. If Valve puts out Counter-Strike VR, it'll probably be PC VR only, is my speculation. But if they drop that on the MetaQuest and it actually came out, I agree. That would be sleeper of the year out of nowhere.
Yeah.
But
for the meantime, yeah, Breachers.
which graphically is amazing.
Breachers owns their category.
The upgrades, the window knocking out. So Breachers deserves all the recognition. Triangle Factory, they've kept up to date with new game modes, new maps. They deserve all the praises as one of the best releases of the year. In fact, Scott, the CEO of Combat Waffle Studios, actually said that he was a believer if Breachers was nominated at that award show for Game of the Year. He was nervous about winning.
He flat out said they'd win.
Yeah, but he said that he was pissed that they weren't nominated because if they won, they wanted to beat the best.
He was the only one that he wanted to beat. Yeah.
That's something I love about Combat Waffle too. The love for other games.
Yeah, the developers are mad cool.
Mm-hmm.
The industry for its size, I mean, it makes sense if it had that same.
There's a Breachers poster in the new Ghosts of Tabor map.
Yeah, that was a nice touch.
So that's my last
Easter eggs
one.
in that one.
Not the last one of the episode. That's where I'll pass it off to you. Is leaving off on Breachers. Let's see what your next one is. Let's see if you take away my next one again too.
No, I don't think I will. I'll go.
You going to a sleeper?
I'll go a different direction.
Let's hear it.
So Quantar.
Ooh, that's on my list though. I mean, that's one of the. I mean, is there a game that we've ever done better competitively in VR with?
No way, man.
And against other players?
No, wait, I think to this date my loss is 1.
We have like a 95% win rate together.
Stupid.
I have some losses that are just from being single player. Yeah, Quantar
I'm
was
sad that we had to stop playing it though.
We didn't have to start playing it.
Hey, stop playing that
we
game.
Got banned.
You play my game one more time, we're suing you.
No, just
and they're
more
a great
and more
studio,
games
too.
came out.
Loved the interview with them, and no, but it's I just like if we weren't doing podcasts and shit, I could see like that, like, hey, dude, you want to do this? You want to try to do this competitively? Because together we were pretty good, man.
You know,
the teamwork was sick.
You know what's the sad thing about it, though? I think that's the example to me, and I'll die on this hill. I mean, that's a game that should just be $9.99 with no built-in microtransactions or anything. Just buy it for $9.99. The game is worth $9.99 in my opinion.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
Yeah, no, I understand what you're saying though.
Same with Gods of Gravity, which isn't on my list here because it came out.
Although they're a good mention because
they've kept up with updates. Yeah, hell yeah.
They've had some great updates.
I just threw my pen. Let's just out of nowhere throw in a sleeper of Gods of Gravity, honorable mention. They weren't on my list. Were they on your list? If not, they should be. Like you said,
only
for
because
updates, though.
only because
They didn't come out this year. But if we're gonna include updates and stuff, Gods of Gravity, 2 thumbs up. One of the best free to play games.
I gave some games credit for DLC.
That's why I'm throwing them in.
And they've had some. I mean, like some pretty substantial updates. But
that doesn't count.
They should have. They're just. We brought them up because they're the best example of like
we argued
you shouldn't
with them.
be free. You know. But they have a great product, and the developers whom we spoke to, I mean, so freaking young, dude.
Mm-hmm.
And they're already, making that mark. So, but it's cool to see them they keep pushing Gods of Gravity.
So, that doesn't count as yours though. So I left off on Breach. No, wait. You just did one.
Yeah, I did Quintar.
That's right. So it is my turn. Then you know what? I'll go back to the that same era of first 3 months of 2023 releases with The Light Brigade. That one is freaking so much fun. One of the best in the whole roguelite category. I know that's one that you're very soft and go with, but it's got the World War II weapons. It's got a cool aesthetic, cool
they did
vibe.
good, man.
Yeah.
I had a lot of fun with that.
Yeah. The Light Brigade, huge props.
And they've done some updates as well, I believe.
Oh, yeah, they have.
Yep.
And the game's incredibly replayable. Great community as well. So,
yeah,
I'll try to not spend a marathon on each game, so we can get through our list. But huge props to the Light Brigade. So you want to go for the next?
Yep. All right. Hellsweeper VR.
Ooh, man, that's a good one. I know Amelia in our Discord, that's one of her favorites. And that's another from Vertigo Games.
And it's good because for her to not be on After the Fall is as heavy as Hellsweeper, it tells you the power of Hellsweeper.
Well, that's another Vertigo Games.
And they came out with, and they have a dog in it.
Yeah.
Get your little hellhound.
Vertigo Games understands dogs, right? I mean, huge
coincidence, I mean, I don't think so.
And that's a great co-op experience,
Yeah, and I actually give her a lot of credit for showing me the ropes.
Some crazy movement options in it too.
That's the other half of the whole experience. You have the initial, I mean, don't get it twisted. You can get away with not doing, matrix moves, but you want to when you see how freaking cool they look. When I was playing with her and she goes, "Hey, you want to see something cool?" And I'm like, "Sure." And then she jumps up and, I mean, like super slow-mo, does like the flip and get the weapon out, shooting it, ding, 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 ding. And I'm like, "Holy crap." And she's like, "Yeah, you get bonus points for doing that." And I'm like,
style points is what we call it.
I'm like, "How do I do that?" She's like, "Go to the tutorial." And I'm like, I was just so happy with the basic shit I'm used to, run, jump, whatever. But no, there's some cool shit you can do.
Yeah. No, that's a good one. How about this next one? Because I got to mention it. It actually wasn't going to be my next one that I mentioned, but then I just saw it on my list and I said, you know what? Let me get it out of the way before you steal it from me, because I know it's on your list too. I mean, dude, puzzle games. I don't want to say it's going to win puzzle game of the year.
I know where you're going,
but it's going to be a hard one to beat. It's up there with game of the year as well.
Off my list and you haven't even said it.
From Shell Games, the third in the series of I Expect You to Die. So freaking good. I think their best one yet. The best intro, the best puzzles. Oh, just so well done. I Expect You to Die 3, worth every cent. One of my favorite experiences of 2023, without a doubt.
You know what I'd love to see?
What's that?
And I'll probably take a little slack because maybe it's a little steep. I was going to say for $9.99, you get a room a month. You know what I'm saying? But then I'm like, that's kind of shady. So it would have to be like, maybe like $4.99. But then is it worth it to just do that one room? But how cool would it? It would just be cool to have like the room of the month club for I Expect You to Die. Like you're new on the first of the month, your mission comes in. It's your handler giving you instructions of what you got to do this, because you're going to spend
conceptually, I love it, but I wouldn't want to crunch them. I wouldn't want to rush them because
I get it.
Those rooms are so good. I feel like it might lose some
I just
of...
Jones for the...
Well, what did we say the second we finished I Expect You to Die 3?
I'm 4.
Yeah, dude, it's one of our favorite series. And to me, it's like James Bond. It's like Mission Impossible. It's going to go forever.
They crushed it, though.
There's no reason to...
And there are some really good puzzle games out there this year.
Yeah. I mean,
it's a
there's
good
kind
category.
there's kind of a segue into one. I don't know if you'll do it. I don't want to steal it off of your list, though. But I Expect You to Die 3, from Shell Games. Amazing stuff.
Oh, well, I could go a couple of directions with that. But I'll go this one. Rooms of Reality.
Ooh.
Only because it's not only puzzle, but it's co-op. And it's rare when you see a co-op puzzle-based game. And we've been loving it, man.
Well, not only puzzle-based, it's escape rooms. And there's kind of like some team training, some teamwork elements in it. So you could absolutely use it for team building in like a professional setting, Three different whole
experiences.
Yeah, with 3 chapters in each one. So you kind of have 9 different escape rooms that you can do cooperatively with your meta avatars. It's just a fun experience.
And I think they even say, if I remember correctly, that it's best played co-op. You can play it single player, but it's best played with somebody. It's not.
Absolutely.
And the minute
it's
play
so
the
easy
first
to see
one,
why.
you're like, oh, okay, I get it.
Yeah. I mean,
I totally get it.
huge props to the developers of Rooms of Reality. That's a great one.
Yeah.
But I'll steal the next one. I know it's on
Go
your
for it.
list. Because when you were playing it, you were saying like this might be giving I Expect You to Die 3 a run for its money. The Seventh Guest, another game from Vertigo Games. I mean, that's one that kind of snuck in out of nowhere.
Oh, that's a fantastic game. That really is.
I
That's
didn't
a
have the highest
fantastic
expectations, but I mean, it surpassed all of them. So great stuff from Vertigo Games. Puzzle games we've been spoiled with this year. Absolutely.
game. Yeah, and what's crazy is you can start blending them all together in your own head as to what's what, with the exception of I Expect You to Die, only because of the standout. It's just the way it is. All right, Paradise Hotel.
Ooh, Paradise Hotel or Propagation?
Propagation Paradise Hotel.
Yeah, dude, that was a scary one. You can keep that. That one's all you, dog. Nah, great work from the developers. It's a fantastic.
It's not.
game.
That's not like horror. I don't even think it's horror like labeled. There's nowhere in there's the word scary.
Absolutely, it is.
It was scary, but not like. Oh. I think it could have been a lot scarier. I don't remember jumping or screaming. Matter of fact, I think I did more screaming yesterday playing Dungeons of Eternity.
I was in tears playing Dungeons of Eternity last night.
But we still haven't done an ultra horror jump scare guaranteed.
No, not yet.
Need a pee pad on the floor because you're probably going to end up pissing yourself. But no, Propagation Paradise Hotel.
Yeah, that was a great one.
I don't know. I don't think that got the attention.
Was that Wanadev? I think that was Wanadev. I think that was the same developers as Ragnarok. Don't 100% quote me. I'm going off the top of my head. I've got my phone on me right this second, so no Google or nothing. I'm not pulling it up, but I think that's the case. But very well done game.
Fake news, bro.
Very well done game.
Fake news, man.
Well, how about this next one? Because to me, this one proves that this genre of games works great in VR.
Did they put Civilization in there? I missed it.
No.
Okay.
Don't
Go
get,
ahead.
Maybe one day. Sid Meier's, what's up?
Yeah.
It's such a great medium for Civilization. But regardless, proving that it works in VR, I'm going to have to say Ghost Signal. Another game.
Good one.
Partially developed and published by Fast Travel Games, which Fast Travel Games this year's publishing wing has been insane. I got several games on this list published by them.
Dude,
but Ghost Signal,
they're no joke.
with the Stellaris IP behind it as well. There's been a few games that they put out this year that have, licensed IPs. I mean, such a good freaking game. Roguelite as well, but a roguelite top-down strategy game. That's kind of like a first for me. Most roguelites are like combat-based. And most top-down strategy games are like, campaigny. Not like, I mean, this one had a campaign, but it's like a roguelike campaign.
No, I totally get that.
I was like, holy moly, I wasn't expecting that. And it works so good. It's so much fun. I think that's another example of a game that if it was a slow year of releases, would have stood out more.
Yeah.
But I think that there's a lot of people that might not even still have heard of it. I mean, Ghost Signal is
so much content in 23.
Yeah. If you like top-down strategy games, Ghost Signal. Grab it. I mean, it is so much fun. So, on to you, sir. For your next, you got the next one ready to go?
Speaking of IPs, Perispera.
Ooh, I got to say that was on my list as well.
Okay.
That another top-down strategy. I mean, that one came from...
That was fun. I wish there was a way to make it more. And I just don't know what you could really do.
That one was actually a pretty popular flat screen VR game, and then they ported it to VR. I mean, dude, you colonize Mars.
I really liked it a lot.
And the story behind it was really good in my opinion. It snuck up on me. I didn't have high hopes for it.
It's got like simulations, it's got story, it's the gameplay is easy to learn. As it gets later on, it obviously gets more difficult, but it's not,
and it's cool.
An impossibility
you get to check like what's the current temperature of Mars and everything, because you have to terraform it. You have to colonize Mars. So in order to terraform it, you might have to. I mean, there's even an option where you can nuke it at one point. You have to drastically affect the climate there, and it's cool to see all the different paths that they have available to do that. It was a great game.
I loved it.
Another game that I think snuck under the radar. Absolutely. That was a great one. How about this if we're going to be talking fast travel games, because I just whipped out Ghost Signal, the last one. My next two I'll just get some fast travel. Maybe even my next three. That's how insane fast travel's year has been. How about We Are One? I mean, it's like a time-lapse puzzle game. Time-lapse isn't even maybe the best word. Time loop. I'm sorry. Time loop would be much more appropriate. You do an action, you make a clone of it, and then you make another clone doing another action, and you do that with the fewest amount of clones as you can to solve a particular puzzle or level, including combat and shooting. You might have to shoot, throw the gun, shoot the other one. I mean, a really, really fun game. There are even cases that you had to reload with one and pass it to the other to then... I mean, the game got pretty...
Well, now they
have level editor.
Dude.
What?
It's like... That was from left field, too, I'm telling you. Yeah, no, they did a great job with that. I guess,
I keep pressing the wrong button.
it might have been one of those cases, too, where I didn't know how much I'd enjoy the gameplay, but when you finish some of the levels and then you go back because you want to try to better yourself, because you're like, no, you look at that leaderboard, that was sick.
And now they made it so you can view the leaderboard. I mean, so you could always see the leaderboard, but you
see
can
how
view
they
it.
did it.
Yes, and that's a game changer.
Spooky, huh?
Yeah.
Like, this is how it was done.
Yep. Doesn't mean that you're going to be able to do it.
No.
I mean, just knowing how to do it is maybe a quarter of the battle in this game. Actually accomplishing it.
I feel like with a lot of games, the bigger your play space, the better your experience is going to be in the game.
Mm-hmm. Remember Loco Dojo? I cheated and I didn't know I was cheating till we played with the developer, and he's like, yeah.
That's cheating.
Yeah. He was like, it wasn't an issue when people had, they were plugged in. It was the pig one. Or no, the cow one.
Oh, because you would just walk
No,
up.
it was the pig. You scooped up pigs in that one, I think, right?
Yes, you hook them with your stick.
The cows wore the milking one. That game was so freaking good. That was like 2 years ago, but Loco Dojo was a fun one. But so We Are One, great game from Fast Travel. They're publishing Wingman. Insane.
Oh, no,
so going on to the
logo
next one.
we know is if you want to get, or their slogan, if you want to get it there quickly, come to Fast Travel. I mean, they have a vetting process. So the odds are is if you get accepted by working with them, I don't know how the process is, or where you go to them and would you please, work with us? And if they choose to, then their track record of getting games to the store is like, 99.9? It's better than a condom. Get what I'm saying? Which is like 97% or whatever. So come on. Fast Travel doesn't play. All right. Call of the Sea.
Ooh, that was gonna be on my list as well. You know,
that was so good.
It was so cool that we went into it when we were playing it the first time. We were both like, "Wow, there's some red matter vibes to this."
Yeah, I couldn't put the finger on it.
And then we talked with the developer in an interview, and turns
Lo
out
and
that
behold.
she spent time at the studio at Vertical Robot, the studio that made Red Matter 1. I don't think she was involved in Red Matter 2, but
No.
you could definitely see that influence in Call of the Sea.
Done really well.
Everything I wanted, you know, remember in Red Matter, we were scanning everything. It's like I'm going around, I'm looking at everything it was so similar. And they had a hint feature in that game that I never used. But that was interesting to see as well.
I think I used it, but
no, I don't use hint
think I
features
did.
when it's there, but I feel like it's better to have them for the people that do want that.
well, you know when the best time to use it is? Is at the very start of a game when they tell you have a hint feature. It's
Oh,
just
just to
use
get
it once, just to see what it does in case you accidentally hit it. Like, is it avoidable?
Well, and here's the thing:
Then you're not ruining anything.
some hint systems, it's like it's a hint, and some hint system, it's tell you what to do.
Yeah.
You know, so
Who knows what it is? though.
Yeah,
But there's games we've played that have it that I've still never.
yeah. I try to.
I don't know what it does.
I don't like to touch it, but it exists in that game. But Call of the Sea, yeah, that's a great one. A sleeper, another. You know, a lot of these games are games that didn't get the attention, in my opinion, that they deserved, just because so many releases this year. You know, but going on to the next one, we have also from Fast Travel Games. Oh, look at that! It's not even my last one from Fast Travel Games on my list. I got another one after that. But because we mentioned them with they sent that nice box. It was a great freaking game. We actually had a great interview with one of the co-founders of Fast Travel Games to hype it up. But Vampire: The Masquerade Justice,
Oh yes,
a stealth-based vampire game with an awesome story. You know, awesome gameplay. I loved playing it. You know, the stealth mechanics behind it. And it's just like Assassin's Creed that, you know, if you play it like a stealth game, to me it is 10 times better than if you just go to blow through combat and everything like that. But unfortunately for them, they came out like a week or two right before Assassin's Creed, and it's kind of a similar stealth-based game. So I don't know if everybody that would have liked to check it out did check it out. But if you haven't yet, if you're looking for something to hop into over the holiday, you're listening to this episode, put a star next to Vampire: The Masquerade Justice. It's a great story-based game.
Well, and dude, when have you ever been like? In the most part, you're always killing vampires in games. You're not being the vampire. In this one, you can be the vampire. But if you want to play stealthy, play stealthy. I think the developer was saying freaking you can play the whole game in stealth. I think never have to kill anybody, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, I like to do a mix of both. I like to play in stealth, and I like to kill people.
You know, you can live off of rats, but
yeah, that caught me off guard the first time I played. But no, Vampire: The Masquerade Justice from Fast Travel
such a good
Games.
game.
And what's great about Vampire: The Masquerade Justice, while I praise so much Fast Travel's publishing wing, they also do make games in-house, and Vampire: The Masquerade Justice was one of their in-house ones. So, you want to take the lead on the next one?
Yep. Hubris.
Ooh, that was one of the... Man, we're hitting story-based games right now.
That was the year of story-based games, but there was a lot of good ones.
Fuck, that's one I got to go back into on the Quest 3 just to look at, because it was so beautiful on the Quest 2. I mean, it was really well done on the Quest 2.
That was a great game.
So on those pancake lenses, I imagine even better.
Story-based games, when done well, and you feel like you're truly part of the story, not just doing repetitive shit, then it felt good, man.
Yeah.
I get this, you know, just like Assassin's Creed. I finished it, and it's like mixed reactions of emotions. It's like the feeling of finishing it, and then almost that sadness that you finished it.
Yeah, that's why I don't always like to rush through games. But I
savor the moment.
Yeah, but again, I'm balancing it with Assassin's Creed Nexus right now because I got to get to Asgard's Wrath too. But you know, regardless, that's not what we're talking about on this. So your last one was Hubris. Great studio. We actually had an interview with them. You know, if you didn't check it out, highly recommend it. So I think that this next one is my last one from Fast Travel Games. at least on my full list. I have some honorable mentions at the end. Ooh, you can tell I'm really getting used to the camera shot. I went to switch to me and I switched to you. You just see your hat down, writing a note. That was pretty funny. But the last one from Fast Travel Games for me, Guardians Frontline, a game that was on App Lab and this past year came to the official MetaQuest store through Fast Travel. You know, it wasn't originally published by Fast Travel when it was on App Lab. You know, just, you know, Fast Travel took note of it, or I don't know how it all came together, but it was a great game on App Lab. They said, let's get it to the official store. Bada bing, bada boom, some magic happened, and now we have Guardians Frontline on the official MetaQuest store with some enhancements from the App Lab version, and I just have so much fun. It's a mix of... I was
going to say, we have a great time playing that.
It's a mix of a shooter with some base building.
The base building is what makes it fantastic. Building, you know...
Base building, real-time strategy, tower defense.
Tower defense.
Yeah, because they come at you in waves. It's a very unique game, you know, but so much fun. So Guardians Frontline, published by Fast Travel Games in 2023, obviously previously released on App Lab prior to 2023, but they make the list because, hey, they re-released on the official store this year. So going to you next, sir.
All right, we'll go to one just because, I mean, I rambled about it all year, but Power Wash Sim.
Ooh, that's one that we haven't had enough opportunity to go into, if you ask me.
No, we did a couple. We got to keep going with it, though.
Yeah.
I mean, so far it seems legit to the...
And what's happened the few times we've played it so far, we go to stop playing it, and we end up doing 15, 20 more minutes of like, all right, dude, I'm going to hop off.
Clean some more.
All right, dude, I'm going to... Nope, now I'm serious. I'm really going to hop off.
I'd like to keep chipping at that one.
Yeah. No, great one. Great one.
Yep.
We kind of took us a little bit to start getting to it, you know, just with so many releases. But then that first time we went into it, you're like, yep, this is exactly what I had hoped for.
Yeah, man, I'm liking when I'm seeing games I enjoy in flat screen coming to VR. So, I mean, for me, it was a home run. I mean, there's a few others that I'm hoping will come someday.
So my next one, they're actually a podcast sponsor for the month of December through Soul Assembly.
That was going to be my next one.
Ooh, look at that. Also a great mixed reality experience at this point, but Drop Dead the Cabin, an unbelievably fun cooperative experience. In my opinion, best played co-op in their base mode.
Oh yeah, man.
But then for single player, you know, they of course you can play the base mode single player as well, but they have that mixed reality, what they call home invasion game mode.
I wish that was co-op.
Which is, I know, for, you know, I haven't seen a co-op mixed reality game. No. Yeah, I don't know how that would even work. I don't think it can.
I don't think it can.
You know, so that's a limitation.
Not yet, anyways.
You know, somebody will figure out a workaround of like, I don't even know how.
I mean, it's creepy enough to see your avatar standing in my room anyways.
That's one of the coolest, if you ask me.
People better be careful, though, because jump into your buddy's space. You don't know what he might be doing at the time, you know?
Well, you can't see their room, though.
No, but you see their avatar.
No, right? All you use your imagination. You know, we're not fully monetized on YouTube yet. I think we're like 30 subs away, but I don't need to blow that opportunity with some hand gestures real quick.
Was it on our Discord? Someone posted about they were doing something. I don't know if it was one of the chat experiences. Who knows? Don't quote me. But someone was on the toilet. Wasn't somebody in our Discord?
I think so.
But
I read it. Yeah, they heard the toilet flush or something.
Heard the guy going to the bathroom or girl, whatever.
Hey, mixed reality is cool and all, but, you know.
Isn't that fucked up?
Let's you know, there's levels to it. But nonetheless, so, no, that was a great one. Drop Dead the Cabin. I'm glad I got to steal one of yours.
Levels. You did. Isn't there like a tongue tracker coming out or some shit, or is that an April Fool's joke?
No, the Quest Pro is getting tongue tracking, or it already got tongue tracking.
Yeah, but why?
You know,
for what reason do you need your tongue?
Accessibility, menu selection.
Okay, so it's not so full able-bodied. It's not technically for. This is for.
No, I just made up that use case off the top of my head
because that would
That's just the old, that's a legit use case I can think
like
of.
Being able to press the buttons or type out
that's
on
something
a keyboard.
that if I was a developer, I'd be looking at it like that. But I don't think that's why it was implemented, though. That's just something I thought of off my head.
Tongue tracker brought to you by Pornhub.
But that's great for I
like your explanation of it. Would sound very sellable.
Mm-hmm. Oh, that's how if I was like going to a board meeting. Meanwhile, then I would be working on.
But do I have to look forward now to playing games in the future that are going to involve tongue movement as well?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, jeez. No, I just thought that was funny.
I have so many things I want to say right now.
I know. I don't want to get censored.
You're gonna make a game called "Where's the Clit?"
Boom, boom. Anyways,
dude, I was already thinking of a whole game.
When I saw that, I was like,
could even be a little educational,
Of course, my mind goes in the gutter at some point about it.
Mm-hmm.
But sadly, I didn't think of the use function as like, wait. Mm-hmm. So you came across as actually probably more caring about it than I did.
Works as a mixed reality overlay.
For couples. Never know.
All right, I'm done. I'm done with that one.
Stay in VR. Now we're gonna get in trouble.
Yeah,
keep going. Keep talking.
Quest Pro. Tongue tracking? Come on, you're teasing me at that point. You're asking me. You're just baiting me. You're baiting me. You can't hang that low-hanging fruit in front of me and not expect me to say anything.
No pun intended.
Come on. So, anyway. Oh, no, I went last with Drop Dead the Cabin, right?
Oh, man, you cracked me up.
So you're next.
All right. To tone things out, we'll go down the Mindway route.
Ooh, Mindway. They were actually a previous podcast sponsor.
They were.
As well. But that's a great meditation experience.
One of the only meditation apps that for me, actually worked. Like that's what I praised it for, was this'll work, especially if you have a brain that's going places. And when you hear them tell you that first time that it's okay, and where did those thoughts come from? And
if there was any part of me that was skeptical about mindfulness meditation in VR, it's gone the first time you use it. You go, all right, I get it. This can work.
I mean, I don't like subscription services to shit, but
for mental health. No, it's a good app. Hey, we'll say it all the time. We would rather pay upfront once.
Yeah,
like Les Mills.
The whole deal.
We're very transparent about that. We're not big on free and subscription as the go-to.
Correct.
But it is what it is. But
as a whole, I mean, it's accessible, it's available.
If we're good,
and it can make your life, in my opinion, a little better.
And if we're going to be realistic too, for like the meditation and the fitness apps and stuff, subscription models is kind of the standard.
Yeah, well, stop it.
Yeah, I like the Les Mills Body Combat. That one didn't come out this year.
The same as going to Planet Fitness, then why wouldn't I just drive to Planet Fitness?
Les Mills Body Combat is a great example of one that you charge,
and they added content.
Yeah. And now they have a dance game coming out that I haven't played yet. I haven't gotten a chance to check it out. Maybe it already came out. I think it might have come out, right?
I
think it came out. It's just been it's the holidays, man. And I'm behind on it. You beat Assassins. I didn't. And you're kindly waiting for me with Asgard's Wrath, too.
I am.
It would be rude of me to go into another game.
I just get
and dick around right now.
I was playing real VR fishing the other night.
Yeah, which you had actually a great time with.
I forgot how good it is.
That is a great freaking game,
They got some DLCs too. Kind of sad.
But anyway.
I don't want to play them. I'm like, shit. I'm going to have to start buying DLCs from.
But anyway, my list is getting smaller. I don't know how yours is doing, so we're almost there. We'll try to get through this. But, the next one on my list, I think it might be, no. I technically have another story-based game if we're going to be technical. But an unbelievable story-based game. Great story for one. Great combat. Wicked cool dev team. Genotype.
Oh, you bastard. There it is. I was staring right at it on my notebook, too.
I'm surprised it took both of us this long to mention it.
No, I'm like trying to grab the flow, so you did it perfect.
Yeah, Genotype was such a good one. I mean, how about that combat on it? I was a little skeptical of it for like 30 seconds, and then they sold me pretty fast. Yeah, I like that one a lot.
Yeah, no, dude, that game was really good.
Mm-hmm. So
I know we both had fun with that.
You want to take the next one?
All right, man.
I got you scrambling to find your next one now.
Nope. Demio Battles.
Ooh, you bastard. You got one of my last ones.
Battles, baby.
I have, honestly, on my list, I'm going to be honest with you, after you took that one out, I have 2 more on my list. Then I have some in honorable mentions, which I won't like spend a whole time on, but I'll just read off. How many do you have left?
11.
You have 11 more?
I do.
Holy
I can whip through them.
Well, here's the thing, though. If I count my honorable mentions, though, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
Okay. So it works out perfect.
So I'll just include my honorable mentions.
Yeah.
Then as full ones.
As we go.
But we'll go faster now. But Demio Battles from Resolution Games, a spin-off of Demio. An awesome franchise at this point. In my opinion, there should be Demio comic books, board games, action figures, statues, like little figurines and stuff.
I want a full spread of like
animated series on YouTube. You know, like
I'd love to know how hard it would be to do like the pewter figures of everything they have. Could you imagine that?
Yeah, imagine commissioning like an animated series, like 1 season per character. So you have like a season dedicated, a couple episodes of an animated short.
They could do a series and make it mature audience, and it would be probably pretty freaking good.
Yeah, the Demio. My point being that the Demio franchise has so much potential.
Yep.
Imagine a Demio walkabout game. No, I'm just kidding. Walkabout course. I'm just kidding. You know, VR crossovers of walkabout
could be
into
done.
walkabout courses would be cool. But
yeah, because they got walkabout and synth riders.
But you know what? Since you're mentioning Resolution Games with Demio Battles,
go for it.
I guess it goes right into it. A game I'm having so much fun with, especially in mixed reality. We talked about it last week. Racket Club.
Yeah.
I'm seeing you like, all right, there it is.
There it is, baby.
Racket Club is so much fun. I think, man, if we're going to talk about VR sport games, I think Racket Club might have, I mean, I really got to go through it. This is nothing on record, you know, as like their winning sport game of the year or anything, but damn, I can't think of a better one off the top of my head.
No, absolutely, dude.
I mean, Racket Club is so much fun.
Physics work great. The
multiplayer
is, you know, easy to learn, hard to master. It's like
duos,
it's a great combo.
Singles,
and it's a co-op experience if you want. You can have fun, play with your friends.
Yeah, and I have a great time just in single player in the tournament. So Racket Club from Resolution Games, they're
AI,
on fire this year.
I mean, yeah, what more could you ask for?
Hey, I saw Gym Class VR, mainly a basketball game. They were teasing that they're adding football. That's wild. I mean, it'll look slick, but that's neither here nor there. Let's go on to your next one. What's your next one?
All right. I will go with Hello Neighbor.
Ooh, that's
one we really didn't talk about this year.
No.
I don't think too much at all.
I didn't even dive into it too much, if I'm going to be honest with you.
That one's flat screen carryover.
You were pretty excited for it too when you first heard of it.
Yeah, man. It's pretty fun.
Tiny Build could bring over a lot of their library to VR, and it looks like that's what they're doing.
I wish they do.
It looks like that's what they're doing, though. So no, Hello Neighbor. That was. You know what? I'm gonna put a little star on that one. I'm gonna write that down because I think I got to hop into it because you've experienced it. I haven't enough to comment here, but that's not right. But anyway, my next one, my last one before we get to my honorable mentions.
That's why I picked Hello Neighbor because I went like I'm like, oh please make this not his last one. I would have felt terrible.
But how about this? Lego Brick Tales.
Yeah,
one that I'm having so much fun with. I'm gonna go into it. I swear after I put some hours into Asgard's Wrath 2, or should I say go back into it. But I'm having a blast with it. We talked about it, I think, last week as well, just like Racket Club. No, Lego Brick Tale, so much fun. Love to play it in mixed reality. Really gets that creative itch going into it, you know. Hopefully one day we get a sandbox Lego game. That's not what this one is, but, you know, still so much fun. So, Lego Brick Tales, that's my last before the honorable mentions.
All right. So nexty I got, and I just want to give them credit for doing it, you know. I mean, is there areas of improvement? Yes. Are they actually doing stuff with that? Yes. But Survivor, man.
Ooh, that's actually on my honorable mentions, to tell you the truth. No oops about that. Hey, we got to talk to Les Stroud. How freaking cool was that?
Yeah.
That was a once-in-a-lifetime thing to me.
Agreed.
Yeah, so that was wicked cool. But no, Survivor, man.
And I look forward to more of the series coming over to VR because I'm loving the visionary aspect that they're seeing as a studio. That look, what we did for TV, we can possibly do for VR and start. And if you see more if you see more series is doing that, that's pretty cool, man.
All right, so I'm
anyways.
done. I'm done with my full list. This has been a long one. You want to try to get through these last ones
We'll speed up the pace.
We'll speed up the pace a bit. Not that I'm not having fun. I love this, but we also do have a holiday dinner in a few. I still got a
couple hours.
I got to squeeze in one last little bit of shopping real quick too. So let's go a little bit quick, So how about this one? Battle bows.
There you go.
That's a fun one.
That
Developers.
was on my list.
One of the developers, we talked to him in an interview, and he hangs out in our Discord. Tom, also one of the developers of Genotypes in there as well. He went to one of our Discord meetups recently. Mark, so that's always cool to see. But no, Battle Bows, great co-op little tower defense archery game.
Style.
So that's a fun one. On to you, sir.
All right, Piano Vision.
Ooh, I love Piano Vision too.
Bringing yet another instrument over to the world of VR.
You know what then? You know where that leads into? Because Piano Vision's a great teaching one too. And you know what else is a great teaching one?
Go for it.
Let's
it's on
go.
my list.
Paradiddle, and I know it's on your list. Yeah, Paradiddle. So much fun.
Yeah. One of absolutely the best at what they do for really teaching you how to play drums.
Mm-hmm. And I'll say to all of our watchers on YouTube, next time you're going to have the video controls. We already got a plan.
Oh yeah,
to get you the Switch.
Don't worry about it. I'm not going to make mistakes.
It's all right. I think you'll do better than me. I've done some comical ones. I put the camera on you a little early there a second ago. It was actually pretty funny for my view too. It was like, shit, it's on me. So I'll get better at it, but you'll do even better.
What'd be cool is if there was actually like a 3-second delay in between.
Oh, we could probably do that.
Then you really got to be on fucking point, dude.
Yeah.
Like, see that? I could have just bleeped that out.
Yeah, see, we'll figure that out.
Not for broadcast.
There we go. Remotivating me. So I left off on Paradiddle. You next, sir.
Yep, Pixel Ripped.
Ooh, that one wasn't even on my list. Thank you for that. That's not right that wasn't on my list.
Yeah, that was
such a fun one.
Kind of a sleeper.
Great development team.
Yeah.
The studio behind it is so cool. We talked to Anna from the team. She was a blast, so a little cosplayer too. She has that Pixel Ripped outfit, so.
So
no,
if you
that
see
was
her,
a great
chances
one.
are that's what she's going to be wearing.
And I have a feeling, I don't think that we've seen the end of that series either. Let's see.
No.
But how about this one? Iron Strike, a game we haven't gotten to go into enough.
Good one.
Came out the same day as Assassin's Creed. That's the problem. But so much. I'm having.
That's dangerous, dude. You crazy?
We had said we would have delayed it personally, but we'll see.
Oh my god!
They put it out. I think it'll slowly build over time.
The pain.
I think it'll get more and more fanfare as it ages.
They just probably have to do another little push of some sort from the marketing end, and then I think they'll be all right because it's not bad at all.
Well, I have some days off at the end of next week. I got Friday off and Monday off next week. Maybe we can actually do a live stream of Dungeons of Eternity and Iron Strike. That would be a fun little 2-game stream. So Iron Strike for me was my last one. My last one I just said. I still have some more, but on to you, sir. Let's see what you got next.
All right, the next 3 I have are more other than Grim, which we anxiously wait for. I just see I haven't scratched it out for some reason, so I'll bring it up. Grim. But
Grim.
Next 3 I have are all DLC based, because I think they're doing a great job with what they're doing. But Walkabout for their DLC.
Ooh, Walkabout's DLC game this year has been insane. I mean, let's talk about Meow Wolf.
Do you see the list of all the DLC they actually have for it now? I take for granted, dude, how much is really.
I'm glad that we've gotten them as they come out, because there's a list for sure. Walkabout, Mini Golf, they have all the content in the world at this point. And Meow Wolf, it's not like they're getting stale. How about this? Their most recent DLC is, in my opinion, their best DLC.
Best one. Yeah.
I mean, they really.
Just for what it is. I mean, if we were talking like, what's the best movie carryover, or, you might go Labyrinth. But for this experience, from an artistic standpoint, if you really appreciate that, or psychedelic standpoint, there was no real wonky. I mean, there was some, but nothing like, and I say wonky, not like it didn't work, but like Upside Down, where you gotta people didn't like that.
That's the reference for anything.
And I liked Upside Downs, but I have to use it as probably the only one that I know that there was some
Remember we called it Upside Down Town?
I still call it Upside Down Town, and as it was coming out of my mouth, I had to stop myself just out of respect, out of love for the franchise.
But it's like I say it every time we talk about Meow Wolf. It's not only that visually it was stunning. I think that the game mechanics of like the course mechanics of it,
Freaking great, dude. They brought so much new stuff to the, as they always do, but there was some elements that I wasn't expecting. The rainbow balls. Come on.
the growing of the ball, or the shrinking.
Yeah, you
even.
can say it now.
Hey, it's a chilly night, you know?
It's cold out there in Meow Wolf Land, at least on that course.
Or how about the air hockey, which I think
hockey.
could have been its own whole course. So yeah, walkabout mini golf, that's a great one. How about this next one? Bounce shot.
Oh, good one.
A beer pong game, kind of. They never call it beer pong, but a beer pong game from the same developers as 11 table tennis.
Yeah, it's dangerous.
Yeah. What to say 11 or what the beer pong part?
Well, yeah, you just know the success they've had with
Somebody's a new listener.
it's,
They're like, what's dangerous about 11? We might say Elvin. That's
Elvin,
the problem.
baby. Elvin table tennis.
Mhm.
And I don't know what, dude. Ah, man, I wish we should have just deleted that. You know, today's world, we probably would have, you know, but I think we said it like 10,000 times. So it would have been
tough.
It would have been tough. It would have been edit like every 2 seconds, like one of those cool YouTube videos.
No, but Bounce Shot was a ton of fun, you know. Kind of a sleeper.
Bizarre, admittingly though, a bizarre direction for that studio to go, in my opinion, was like, I wouldn't have expected.
I would have expected a more competitive existing sport. Like, I don't know.
I don't even know.
Like, I wouldn't have been surprised if they put out Racket Club. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I hate to say it, bocce.
Yeah. No, but bocce time, baby. Don't touch it. I hope we see that in the official store soon.
Why, dude?
I don't know.
I don't get that.
All
You
right.
talk about physics working good in the game.
But on to you for
Fuck, that pisses me off.
for the next.
All right, back to the DLC department. We've got Smash Drums.
Ooh, hell yeah.
Picked up their game, you know, or internal pace with getting some licensed music into the game like that. So not that what they have isn't licensed, but more notable.
Big name ones. And I
Yes.
even know the last DLC wasn't your favorite in terms of the
Nah,
artist
they
list.
said it's doing good.
That was my theory on it too, but let's see what, as long as they continue in that direction, whether or not it's tracks I enjoy or not. I mean,
No, I just love seeing. I mean, it's the same thing with the next one I'll bring up. Same exact thing.
all right. How many more do you have?
I have one more and then a couple of App Labbies to mention.
Okay. So how about this one that came out? Trackcraft.
That was one of mine to mention.
Hell yeah, that's a wicked cool mixed reality experience. I mean, their use of the room in it, I mean, it's great. They've really outdone themselves on that one.
Yeah, that's it. Who wouldn't like to do that though?
Yeah.
Just being a little kid today, man, and you get creativity just going crazy because you're a kid. You don't know any rules to shit. You're an adult. You start trying to follow rules with creativity, where a kid doesn't know if I do this, this will happen. They just look at the result of it and then try to like reverse engineer success. So it'd just be awesome to see what the little brains are going to come up with for, you know, build them games like that.
So Trackcraft was my last one there. Let's see what you got in store as one of your next ones.
Beat Saber.
Ooh,
Their DLC department, man, they just, you know, granted a whole chunk of it I won't own, but there's a whole chunk I do, you know. So just like Smash Drums, you know, they might put out some shit that I'm not.
That's a great example of, hey, I don't need to like every song they put out, but just keep with it, you know, because you're going to get ones that I do enjoy.
Yeah, and then you get those completionists who can't sleep at night knowing that there was a DLC that dropped yesterday.
Are you talking about
and I
yourself?
don't own it.
Is there a mirror somewhere that you're looking at? Oh yeah, it's right there. You're looking at the playback of the video.
For the most part, yes, that holds true. Admittingly.
I'm still waiting for you to buy that Smash Drums DLC that you don't care about. just
I
'cause
came close last week.
I won't be surprised if you
After
don't
we
make...
recorded last week, and I'm like, you know,
We'll talk after
what's
the
my
holidays.
problem? I'll see. You know, then I didn't.
So my next one, you know, this one was kind of a sleeper as well. We talked to some people from the studio as well, Baobab Studios. But anyway, Galactic Catch, a story-based fishing game.
Yeah, man.
How unique is that?
Sci-fi sci-fi fishing.
Which when I heard it was a single player story based fishing game, I was like, bah, I want to do that in co-op. But it was so much fun. I mean, honestly, it's a great game.
I enjoyed it.
So it's a cute little game too.
Familiar fishing mechanics as other fishing games use. So there's not like a huge learning curve, but no, it's cool. They put their own spin on fishing.
Another sleeper this year for sure. So how about this next one too? Released in early access. It's not officially out yet, but it's still worthy of mentioning. From Polyarch Games, the makers of Moss. Man, sometimes I feel bad when I say studio names because is it Polyarch Studios or Polyarch Games? I feel like it's always so interchangeable with studios.
Polyarch.
It's Polyarch. I'll just stick with Polyarch. But they put out...
Or is it
Polyarch.
Polyarch.
Now we're asking the real questions.
We're wanting to know.
But they put out in early access Glass Breakers, which...
I almost put that on my list.
Dude, I like it.
It's got potential.
If it was 2v2 or they had that option,
yes.
I mean, I would play it it would be like our new Quantar.
I was going to say that's one that would give Quantar. Then you see the crossovers. Glass Breakers versus Quantar. Friday night.
I mean, it could work. Maybe they added mixed reality. I don't think it had mixed reality when we had played it, but it totally could work in mixed reality as well.
On a user end, yeah, it could.
So I would love to see them add 2v2, but it's still worthy of mentioning. Super fun game, Glass Breakers.
Glass Breakers.
I got two more. And they're both from the same publisher. So I'll just mention them together.
Ready?
Yeah.
Dragon Fist.
Ooh. Damn.
It's a good one, huh?
Because they're multiplayer?
Yep. That changed that whole freaking game.
Correct. Because the game didn't come out this year. It came out last year. But they have a new multiplayer mode. And granted, it's in beta. It's its own whole new game, in my opinion.
I'm just throwing it out there as a mention.
It has to. I mean, huge props for the work that they put in. Not on my list for mentions. Can I just sneak them in too? It won't count as mine either. Because if we're just going to talk about updates, studios pushing out hard.
Yeah.
Dragon Fist VR, 100%. Also Golf Plus.
Oh, dude, Golf Plus is in a league of their own. They're in their own lane, just like
for licensed courses and stuff like that. Yeah,
they remind me of like those videos you see of the train going through the 6-foot snow on the tracks and just plowing through everything. For what they do, I absolutely believe they're the best right now
for real golf. Yeah, without a doubt. Walkabout wins fun mini golf
co-op
and
experience. Yeah,
Golf Plus wins the real to life golf.
Definitely. They're hustling like crazy, dude.
But my last two I'm actually going to mention together. Okay. They both come from the same publisher, and we didn't have a chance to do a dedicated episode to each one, and both games are so good. Coming from Beyond Frames Entertainment. Like I said, one of my absolute favorite publishers. Hell, they're the publisher of Ghosts of Tabor.
Yeah.
But two games that they put out this year that I highly recommend people to check out. Mixture and Out of Hand. And Mixtures, I mean, come on, that proves the top-down element once again. And Out of Hand has one of the coolest movement system. It's kind of Gorilla Tag-ish, but it's so much fun. You're going to bounce around everywhere in Out of Hand.
Yeah, it took me a little bit to figure that out, but then once you do, it's like second nature.
We both went into Out of Hand very skeptical, admittingly, because of the movement and everything. And within 2 minutes, we were laughing. We were like, no way. No freaking way. So Beyond Frames Entertainment, they crush it.
Yeah, they do a good job, dude.
Two great releases. I'm worried maybe people didn't have an opportunity to check out this year. But Mixture and Out of Hand from Beyond Frames Entertainment, highly recommended. So that completes my list. What else you got left, sir?
All right,
this was a fun one. I like this a lot.
I got one left.
One left?
Yeah. Although, again...
My number one favorite. No, I'm just kidding. That's not at all how this list went.
This is, again, App Lab. Flight 74.
Ooh, I almost put that on mine, too.
Damn, dude.
You love your flight games, too.
I do, and I'm not going to lie. It's App Lab, so whatever. And it's a little repetitive, but it's not an I'm upset about it repetitive right now. I've had a couple of but conceptually it's really cool. And the flight mechanics feel good. It's just, if you want a different take on a flight sim, I'd go with it, but it's story based because narrative, he made an emergency landing on a drug cartel's runway, which is probably not the runway to land on. Why you're even in that country to begin with, flying over anything dangerous is another story. But, you know, he lets you live, but you got to do shit for him. Fly shit, kill shit, bomb shit. And then, you know, if you try to run, I think your plane will blow up is how he puts it. He's got explosives in your plane.
No, that's a good one.
Yeah.
I think we both bought it live when we were live streaming on YouTube one time. You know, it was on sale. Two more that just came to mind too, and I think that they really deserve shout outs for adding mixed reality to their games right at release of the Quest 3. For one, Aspire 2 added mixed reality modes. If anybody hasn't checked out Aspire 2 yet, I mean, if you like those stealth-based games, you like that, go check out Aspire 2. One. They have a fun co-op mode as well. The developer behind it is so cool.
Aspire Mike?
Yeah. Aspire 1 and 2, two great games. Go check it out. Go support a great development team. And again, really cutting edge with their mixed reality as well. So to anybody that hasn't checked it out, like I said, that one goes far with just a really cool dev team. And then unexpectedly as well, Thrill the Fight adding in a mixed reality mode with a graphical update to it too. That was really cool. So yeah, that's my list. I mean, dude, look at this. This was a hell of a year, and I'm sure we missed some.
Oh, dude,
between updates,
guaranteed. I mean,
anybody we missed,
so many
I'm so
games
sorry.
that had DLCs, and I just didn't. I just looked for the ones that seemed to have floated to the top at the time. But if you really dissected it, there's so many more.
Yeah, and this has been such a fun year. You know, we went to our first gaming convention with PAX, which we'll be going to again, PAX East in March. We have our gaming showcase coming up in February. I want to give a huge thank you to all of our listeners, our Patreon supporters, our Discord members that have listened throughout the year, that have supported us, that have given words of encouragement. I love that episode. You know, they tune into the live chat or they comment. You know, all of you people that tune in and listen, you know, you're the reason that we make new content, that we do this. So huge thank you to everybody that supported us this year. Thank you to all the sponsors that we've had throughout the year.
Oh, God, yeah.
You know, like our current one, Drop Dead, The Cabin. You know, go check out their mixed reality home invasion mode. Manscaped, they've been with us at this point for quite a while.
Oh, this for a long time.
You know, for a month we had Impact Reality, XR sponsoring as well. I mean, it's just been a cool year, and I think 2024 is...
It's only getting better, man.
Look how many releases we had. I mean, we didn't talk Asgard's Wrath 2 because neither of us have gone deep enough into it, but that's on that list too.
But you know it's good.
Look at all these games.
Man. It's the wave of people playing it right now. If it sucked, you'd hear about it.
If you look at our growth, you know, that's not something that we share with the listeners and stuff, but between you and me, if you look at our growth from where we were January 1st, 2023 to where we're going to be January 1st, 2024, it's like, yeah, the show's grown a lot, you know?
Yeah, considerably.
And again, stay tuned for our gaming showcase on February 2nd, Friday, 1 p.m. Eastern, premiering on YouTube.
Yay.
If you haven't, subscribe to the podcast. Both the audio feed, help us get to 1K subscribers on YouTube for that full monetizing. Fun stuff. They have like a watch time requirement and a subscriber requirement. We passed the watch time. Just need to hit the old subscriber. So go subscribe there. Also on your favorite podcast platform. Rate us 5 stars. You know, shoot us a little Twitter thank you. I don't know. I'm being silly at this point. Hopefully we see you in the Discord, though. Hopefully we see you in the Patreon.
Stay safe.
Have a great holiday. And stay tuned for a wonderful 2024. Check you out.
Take care.